Dalton Smith isn't just a fighter. He's Britain's brightest light welterweight prospect, who is determined to dominate a division full of lions.
Right, oh, good no! What a beauty!
Smith has already left a trail of opponents in ruin with his thunderous knockout power. But can he transfer that over to the world stage with fighters like Subriel Matias, Alberto Puello, or Gary Antoine Russell? Let's trace every step, every punch, every moment of truth and find out. Dalton Smith was born on February 8, 1997 in Sheffield, England, a city forged in steel and famous for producing fighters with grit. As a kid, football was his first love, but by the age of 5, his father, Grant Smith, had already steered him into the boxing gym.
The memories for me, everything's just boxing.
Planting the seed of a career that would define his life. Under Grant's guidance, Dalton grew into a prodigy. He racked up national titles, battled across Europe, and brought home medals from the 2014 European Youth Championships and the 2015 Commonwealth Youth Games. By 2018, he was ABA champion, proving himself as one of Britain's finest amateurs. And in 2019, he turned professional. And since then, Sheffield's Thunder has left a trail of opponents shattered by his ruthless knockout power. Dalton Smith made a successful start to his professional career in early 2019 before fighting veteran Ibrar Riaz in his second pro fight.
So a second professional outing for Dalton Smith. We saw his debut in Nottingham on May the 10th, where he got a points win over Luka Leskovic, a fighter who hadn't been stopped in a good while. And he's up against another one of them tonight, Ibrar Riaz.
Smith came out sharp and decisive, immediately measuring Riaz with crisp jabs and weighted right hands.
Right hand counter over the top of the jab there. This is nice work from Dalton Smith.
Riaz tried to respond, but Smith's accuracy and pressure were too much.
And just using the little tricks now, trying to put Dalton Smith off.
Yeah, I like the way he tries to, hasn't quite found the accuracy with that.
In the second round, Smith's combinations had Riaz in serious trouble, forcing the corner to throw in the towel and give Smith a dominant victory.
Yeah, he's pulling him out.
Well, they pulled him out. Marcus McDonald has pulled him out as we're just looking at some of that work there from Dalton Smith, and the corner have done the right thing.
A few months later, Dalton Smith secured his third consecutive stoppage with a fourth-round TKO over Benson Yielawila. That was a result of 3 knockdowns.
Well, we saw him at York Hall last February challenging, and he's touched down with a glove there.
Yielawila, I thought that maybe the referee could have given him a knockdown. A good left hook.
And this time he is down, and he just caught him. Well, he's in the black and white, and he's been softened up here. Good right hand there from Smith, and he puts him down again. And referee Steve Gray's done the right thing. He stepped in, and he's waved this one over.
In his next fight, Smith fought Nathan Bennett, who started aggressively, but Smith quickly took control, landing a left hook in the first that knocked Bennett to his boots.
Good shot from him. Oh, good left hook. Yep, left hook wobbled him. And he's in trouble here, Bennett. End of the first.
Bennett recovered and used his height well, frustrating Smith through the early rounds. In the fifth, however, Smith ended it decisively with a booming right behind the ear.
Right, oh, good no! What a beauty! And he can't recover from that. He was taller than him, he was backing him up, he was full of ambition, and that's the shot he was looking.
The knockout was so brutal that paramedics had to intervene. With 7 wins in just 2 years, Smith earned his first title shot, fighting Lee Appleyard for the vacant English light welterweight title. In the first 2 rounds, Smith and Appleyard probed at long range, searching for openings.
Smith, he's a real thinker in there. Yeah.
A relative pro novice, really. The stalls here in the first round, have they? So
Midway through the third, Smith stepped on the gas, trapping Appleyard in a neutral corner and landing a heavy overhand right followed by a left hook.
Got something there, I'll go for that. Boy, he's sharp and fast, isn't he?
he really is, yeah. Accurate as well.
From there, Appleyard struggled under Smith's power, taking repeated heavy shots.
Appleyard trying to get his
Off there, yeah.
but then he gets caught with a combination of...
Despite a slip in the fifth, Smith continued the assault, and when the beating got too brutal, referee Mark Lyson had no choice but to stop it.
It's actually beautiful to watch in one sense and absolutely horrible to watch in another. Yeah, enough's enough.
There you go.
Well, thank you, Mark Lyson.
Smith continued to build his resume against Ray Moylett, and their fight was for WBC International Silver Super Lightweight title. True to his MO, Smith dominated throughout. He dropped Moylett twice, first with a body shot,
Stage now, they have to be looking at it, but that one was really low from Dalton Smith.
and twice with a left hook.
The arse of him by Ray Moylett, check left hook as he steps in, drops the Irishman, and there was nothing wrong with that.
Moylett's corner threw in the towel, handing Smith another big finish.
Right out from Moylett, left hook counter from Smith, and the Irishman goes down again, and in comes the towel from Packy Collins. He's seen enough.
But while it was a big win, his next few fights helped him break through. After taking out Moylett, Smith fought Sam O'Mason for the vacant British light welterweight title and produced fireworks. As the bell rang, Smith took his time early, but stepped up in the third round, landing a sharp right on O'Mason.
The cleanest punch of the contest so far, 40 seconds into the second round.
Smith continued to punish Sam with heavy counters over the next rounds. In the sixth, Smith smoked O'Mason twice.
Smith measures his man once again, now decorated in blood. This the sixth round, last few seconds.
And this time around, referee Marcus McDonnell had no option but to stop the fight. By this point, Smith was breezing through his opponents, but his next fight would test him to his limit and show a side of him that only championship-level fighters often exhibit. In his first British light welterweight title defense, Smith battled 16-1 prospect Casey Benjamin in what was a seriously tough test. Dalton Smith started the fight with measured boxing, but Casey Benjamin was equally cautious, jabbing and darting in, but quickly backing off whenever Smith launched a right. In the second round, Smith caught Benjamin with a right, followed by a sharp left hook that signaled early trouble.
Oh, good right hand. It was a nice shot.
Both men boxed respectfully, but the action opened up by the fourth,
Good shot, 1-2. Benjamin looked to fire back straight away.
with Benjamin pinning Smith on the ropes while the champion defended smartly. Smith responded with crisp two-punch combinations. Benjamin continued to threaten with long rights and smart combination strikes. This was the first time Smith had truly been challenged, and Benjamin continued to fight back even in the latter rounds. In the 10th, Smith began asserting control, landing a right and sweeping left hooks, finishing strongly even without a knockout.
With his legs stiffened a little bit there.
Well, Smith has definitely sensed something. Looks to plant his feet and let go with that right hand.
After 12 competitive rounds, Smith earned a unanimous decision.
And still,
But it was unlike his previous ones where he had dominated. He was tested thoroughly, and he passed with respectable scores. But given the hype around him, he had to score bigger wins, and his next ring outing would produce exactly the kind of performance he needed.
Yeah, you know, I just take each fight at a time. I've had a busy year, and I think tonight, you know, just felt a little bit flat, but that's what champions do, they get the job done.
In July 2023, Smith faced sturdy contender Sam Maxwell in a fight that was all about making a statement for him. For that reason, Smith came out fast, looking to land big shots from the start.
What a goal for the winner here, massive. Dalton Smith stepping in with a long left.
One particularly aggressive surge almost sent Maxwell over the top rope. Maxwell tried to box behind his long left hand and jabs, but it barely slowed Smith. By the end of the first, Maxwell already had swelling under his right eye. In the second, Smith timed his right hand over Maxwell's jab repeatedly, making an early stoppage seem possible.
That right hand. That's why he's been a little bit tentative with the jab, Maxwell.
In the fourth and fifth, Maxwell was well and truly back in the contest. But Dalton would mount a comeback in the sixth, with an uppercut that forced Maxwell down, but it wasn't counted. round 7, a huge right hand buckled Maxwell's legs again. That was all referee Kevin Parker needed to see to stop the fight and save Maxwell from more damage. With Sam Maxwell in the rearview mirror, Dalton Smith battled his biggest test in the form of 37-4 former WBC silver champ, Jose Zepeda. This was a huge step up for Smith, and he was more than ready for it. Smith was cautious in the opening round, but Zepeda still threw combinations that forced Smith to cover up late in the first round. In the second, Smith tried to assert himself, using his right against Zepeda's left. By the third round, Smith was counterpunching effectively, circling his left to avoid Zepeda's range, and landing clean shots with his right-left combinations. Zepeda was now starting to look one-dimensional, and soon, a short right badly stunned him. Seconds later, Smith followed up with a devastating body shot that left Zepeda slumped on all fours. Zepeda was not getting up from that. With a win over a proven veteran and the WBC silver light welterweight title in the bag, Smith's confidence shot through the roof, and it showed in his next fight against Walid Wiesa. From the opening bell at Nottingham Arena, Smith charged forward with little hesitation, landing one of his first punches and immediately hurting Wiesa.
Performance against Jose Zepeda. Good start, lands a solid left hook inside the first.
Realizing his size and strength were overwhelming Wiesa, he went after the stoppage relentlessly, and a series of lefts and rights put Wiesa down near the end of the first round.
Maxwell in the British title fight, and now down goes Wiesa in the closing stages of the opening round.
Wiesa got up, but only to have a powerful left hook floor him again.
But against much lesser opponents, and in comes the towel as he goes down for a second time.
Feeling their man's desperation, Walid's corner threw in the towel, ending his misery and putting Smith on the map as one of the division's top contenders. But there was still work to do, and the Brit would do that in style. In April 2025, Dalton Smith faced Mathieu Germain in a WBC title eliminator, and the world was once again about to see his fire. Smith wasn't in a hurry to finish Germain, and carefully stalked his opponent from the start. In round 2, Smith landed a telling left hand that dropped Germain.
Was a beauty, right on the button.
Germain fought back, but was still the second best in the ring.
He walks straight into it and he smiles and gives Smith respect, but an icy cold stare.
He's all got sloppy. Oh, right hand just as he was leaning back, but it is a knockdown, Adam.
It is a knockdown. He looks in his corner as if to say, I didn't need that as well.
In the later rounds, Smith continued to control the pace, scoring big shots and hurting Germain. Even in championship rounds, Smith controlled the action like a tyrant.
Now another right hand from Dalton Smith and a low one.
That was low, that. And crowd going. Can Jermaine survive? Darren, I think he might.
Yeah. Oh, shot, he's down. As you say, Adam.
After 12 rounds of sheer dominance, Smith improved to 18-0 and was now an undeniable contender. The next time Dalton Smith steps inside the ring, he will be facing arguably the toughest test of his career in Subriel Matias, who was a ferocious puncher with knockout power in both hands. It's the kind of matchup that will truly show whether Smith can rise from prospect to elite contender and prove his skills at the very top level of the super lightweight division. Can Smith shock the world and win the WBC light welterweight title? Let me know in the comments, and if you liked the video, please like, hype, and subscribe to our channel and turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.